The words you speak set the direction for your life. Every word you say is like a command giving instructions to your mind, your emotions, and even your circumstances. This is not just about self-affirmations or positive thinking. It's a fundamental principle of creation. You are constantly creating with the words you speak, whether you realize it or not. The universe operates on laws, and one of the most powerful laws is that words have creative power. What you say out loud has a way of coming back to you in your life, often with more force and clarity than you initially intended. Consider your words like seed. When you speak, you are planting seeds into the fertile ground of your mind and the environment around you. Some of those seeds grow into beautiful plants representing the success, health, and relationships you desire. Others, however, can grow into weeds representing the negative outcomes of fear, doubt, and limitation. The difference lies in what kind of seeds you are planting with your words. If you speak words of lack, fear, or failure, you are planting those kinds of seeds, and they will eventually grow into your experience. But if you plant seeds of abundance, hope, and confidence, you will see those qualities manifest in your life. Most people are unaware of just how powerful their words are. They may casually say things like, "I'm always broke," or "I'll never get that job," without realizing that they're giving life to those statements. Over time, these repeated words sink into the subconscious mind, and the subconscious begins to look for ways to make those words true. This is why people often find themselves stuck in a cycle of negativity, even when they want better for their lives. It's not that they are incapable of achieving more. It's that their words are steering them in the wrong direction. This doesn't mean you should ignore reality or pretend that challenges don't exist. But when you speak, you have the choice to either acknowledge the facts while focusing on a positive outcome, or to reinforce the negative aspects of your situation. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never get out of debt," you could say, "I am finding ways every day to become financially free." This subtle shift in language changes the direction of your focus and your energy. Your mind begins to look for solutions instead of reinforcing problems. Over time, these small shifts accumulate and your circumstances begin to align with the words you've spoken. The direction your life takes is largely determined by the consistent words you speak, especially when those words are connected to strong emotions. When you speak with conviction, the emotional charge behind your words magnifies their creative power. Think about the times when you've said something out of frustration or anger and then watched as those very things came to pass. Perhaps you've said, "This day is going to be terrible," and sure enough, everything seemed to go wrong. That's not a coincidence. Your words, fueled by emotion, act like powerful magnets that attract similar experiences into your life. This is why it's so important to be intentional about the words you use, particularly when you're going through tough times. In moments of difficulty, it can be easy to speak words of frustration, doubt, or fear. However, those are the moments when your words matter the most. Speaking negatively in tough times only reinforces the challenges you're facing, making them harder to overcome. On the other hand, when you speak words of faith, hope, and confidence, you start to shift your focus towards solutions and possibilities, even when the external circumstances don't yet reflect that change. Let's take an example of someone who is facing a health challenge. You could say, "I'm never going to get better," which reinforces the illness and limits the body's ability to heal. But if they say, "I'm getting stronger every day," even if they don't see immediate physical results, their words are setting a new direction. The mind begins to align with the possibility of healing, and this creates a ripple effect in their body, emotions, and actions. The words "I'm getting stronger every day" open the door for recovery, while negative words close that door. This principle applies to every area of life. whether it's your career, finances, relationships, or personal growth. If you consistently say, "I'm not good enough," you will find evidence to support that belief, and your life will follow that direction. But if you say, "I am capable of great things," you begin to create opportunities that reflect your belief in your own potential. The universe responds to the energy and direction of your words, sending back to you experiences that match what you have declared. It's also important to recognize the impact of your words on others. When you speak encouraging, uplifting words to those around you, you're not only setting a positive direction for their lives, but also for your own. Words of encouragement, gratitude, and kindness create an atmosphere of positivity, which naturally attracts more of the same into your life. Conversely, words of criticism, judgment, or negativity create a toxic environment that can drag both you and others down. Therefore, the direction you take in life is not only a result of your actions, but also of your words. Every time you open your mouth, you are giving instructions to your future. If you want to change the direction of your life, start by changing the way you speak. Be mindful of the words you use and make sure they are aligned with the vision you have for your life. Speak words that reflect abundance, success, love, and peace, even if your current reality doesn't yet mirror those things. Over time, as you consistently speak words that direct your life toward your desired outcomes, you will begin to see those outcomes manifest. Remember, the words you speak are not just fleeting sounds. They are the building blocks of your future. Make them count. Choose to speak in a way that sets your life on the course you truly desire, and watch as your reality begins to shift to match the direction you've set with your words. Your mind is an incredibly powerful tool, capable of shaping your reality in ways you may not fully comprehend. One of the most profound ways it does this is through self-talk, the internal dialogue you have with yourself daily. This inner conversation holds the power to either propel you toward your dreams or keep you stagnant. How you talk to yourself is a reflection of your beliefs, and those beliefs ultimately shape the choices you make, the actions you take, and the results you get in life. Yeah. When you engage in self-talk, you're not just passively thinking. You are actively programming your mind. This programming happens on both a conscious and subconscious level. Your subconscious mind, in particular, is incredibly receptive to the things you tell yourself repeatedly. It doesn't differentiate between what is true and what is imagined. It simply accepts the messages you give it and begins to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with those messages. This is why it's so crucial to be mindful of the kind of self-talk you engage in. The words you use in your internal dialogue are shaping your mindset, your behavior, and ultimately your destiny. Let's say you want to achieve a particular goal. Whether it's starting a business, improving your health, or building a better relationship. If your self-talk is filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, you'll find it much harder to take the necessary steps toward that goal. You might say things like, "I'm not smart enough," or "I've never been good at this," or "It's just too hard." Each of these statements reinforces a belief that you're not capable, and as a result, your actions or lack of action will reflect that belief. You'll hesitate, procrastinate, or avoid taking risks, and your progress will stall. The more you engage in this kind of negative self-talk, the deeper you entrench yourself in a mindset of limitation, and the further you drift from your goals. On the other hand, when you engage in positive, affirming self-talk, you start to shift the way you see yourself and your potential. Telling yourself, "I'm capable, I'm resourceful, or I can handle any challenge," begins to rewire your brain. Your subconscious mind absorbs these affirmations and starts to align your thoughts and actions with the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. You become more willing to take on challenges, more resilient in the face of setbacks, and more determined to keep moving forward. Positive self-talk creates a self-fulfilling cycle. The more you affirm your abilities, the more your actions reflect those abilities, and the more success you experience. This doesn't mean that positive self-talk is about denying reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's possible rather than what's limiting. Challenges will always exist, but how you talk to yourself in the face of those challenges makes all the difference. For example, if you're faced with a difficult project at work, you could either say, "This is impossible. I'll never get it done," or you could say, "This is challenging, but I have the skills to figure it out." The first statement shuts down your creativity and problem-solving ability because it convinces your mind that the task is beyond you. The second statement, however, opens up your mind to possibilities and solutions because it reinforces your belief in your own resourcefulness. Another important aspect of self-talk is that it influences your emotional state. The words you say to yourself can either calm your fears and boost your confidence, or they can fuel your anxiety and deepen your insecurities. For instance, if you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough, people are judging me," or "I'm going to fail," you create a mental environment filled with stress and self-doubt. This emotional state then affects your behavior, or you might avoid taking action, make mistakes out of nervousness, or shy away from opportunities. In contrast, when you tell yourself, "I am enough, I have something valuable to offer," or "I can succeed," you create a sense of calm and confidence. This emotional state empowers you to perform at your best, take calculated risks, and seize opportunities. Your self-talk also has a ripple effect on the people around you. If you consistently engage in negative self-talk, that negativity can spill over into your interactions with others. You might come across as pessimistic, defensive, or insecure, which can affect your relationships and the way others perceive you. On the other hand, when you engage in positive self-talk, you radiate confidence and optimism. This doesn't just benefit you, it also inspires and uplifts those around you. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exude confidence and positivity, and your self-talk plays a key role in creating that energy. It can also be helpful to use affirmations as a tool for cultivating positive self-talk. Affirmations are short, powerful statements that you repeat to yourself to reinforce positive beliefs. For example, if you struggle with self-doubt, you might say, "I trust myself," or "I'm capable of achieving great things." Over time, these affirmations become ingrained in your subconscious mind, replacing the negative thoughts that once held you back. The way you talk to yourself is one of the most important factors in determining your success and happiness in life. Your self-talk shapes your beliefs, your emotions, and your actions. By choosing to engage in positive, empowering self-talk, you set yourself up for success in every area of your life. You become more resilient, more confident, and more capable of achieving your goals. So be mindful of your inner dialogue and choose to speak to yourself in a way that supports the life you want to create. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a powerful tool that you carry with you every day, your words. The conversations you have with yourself are not just idle chatter, they hold the key to transforming your reality. What if I told you that the way you talk to yourself has the potential to bring your deepest desires into existence? The way you talk to yourself shapes your identity in more ways than you might realize. From the moment you wake up to the moment you lay your head down at night, the internal dialogue you engage in constantly defines and redefines who you believe you are. The truth is, your self-concept, the picture you hold of yourself, acts as a blueprint for your life. You cannot rise above the image you have created for yourself in your mind. This image is built largely on the words you repeatedly tell yourself, whether those words are consciously chosen or not. Now, most people go through life without giving much thought to their internal conversations. They accept the negative, limiting, or even self-defeating words they say about themselves without question. For instance, someone might repeatedly tell themselves, "I'm not good enough, I never seem to get it right," or "success just isn't for people like me." These statements may seem harmless in passing, but in reality they are shaping that individual's entire sense of self, their behaviors, and ultimately their results in life. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable, you will start to act in ways that align with that belief. Your decisions, behaviors, and even your emotions will start to reflect that narrative. Over time, your internal dialogue becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is why it is so important to become aware of the words you are speaking to yourself and to take deliberate control over them. When you change the way you talk to yourself, you change the way you see yourself. Imagine someone who for years has been telling themselves that they aren't good at public speaking. Every time they are faced with the opportunity to speak in front of others, the words "I'm terrible at this" come to mind. Because they've repeated this to themselves over and over, their body responds with nervousness, anxiety, and fear, reinforcing the idea that they truly aren't good at it. But what if that same person decided to change their internal dialogue? Instead of saying, "I'm terrible at public speaking," they begin to say, "I'm becoming a confident and effective speaker." They repeat this to themselves every day, even if at first they don't fully believe it. Over time, this new narrative starts to reshape their identity. They begin to see themselves as someone who is improving, growing, and capable of becoming a strong public speaker. This shift in self-talk is not just about saying positive things for the sake of it. It's about consciously choosing words that align with who you want to become. When you tell yourself, "I am capable, I am strong, or I am successful," you are planting seeds that, with time and repetition, will grow into your new identity. You are actively rewriting the script that governs your life. It's important to note that this transformation doesn't happen overnight. Just as a plant takes time to grow, your new self-concept takes time to develop. In the beginning, it may feel unnatural to speak positive, affirming words to yourself, especially if you've spent years or even decades telling yourself the opposite. But just because something feels uncomfortable at first doesn't mean it isn't effective. In fact, the discomfort is often a sign that you are stretching beyond your old, limiting identity and stepping into something new. As you continue to speak words that affirm your desired identity, something amazing begins to happen. Your brain, which is always listening to what you say, starts to adjust. The more you repeat these affirming words, the more your mind begins to accept them as truth. This process, known as neuroplasticity, means that your brain is literally rewiring itself based on the thoughts and words you consistently focus on. Over time, the new positive self-talk becomes second nature. You start to see yourself as capable, strong, and successful. And as a result, your behaviors begin to reflect that new identity. When your internal dialogue aligns with your desired identity, your external reality begins to change as well. You start to take actions that are consistent with the person you want to become. If you tell yourself, "I am confident," you begin to approach situations with more self-assurance. If you tell yourself, "I am deserving of success," you start to seek out opportunities that reflect that belief. The key to this transformation lies in repetition and intentionality. It's not enough to say positive things to yourself once or twice. Just as you spent years reinforcing negative or limiting beliefs, you must now spend time and effort reinforcing your new, empowering identity. This means making it a daily practice to speak words of affirmation and encouragement to yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. As you begin to change the way you talk to yourself, you will notice a shift in how you perceive yourself and your abilities. You will start to feel more confident, more capable, and more aligned with the person you want to be. And as your self-concept evolves, so will your life. Your words are powerful, and when you use them intentionally to shape your identity, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The principle of faith is deeply rooted in the power of words. When you speak, you're not simply expressing thoughts, you're activating forces that influence your life in ways you might not immediately recognize. Your words carry weight. They carry the energy of your belief or lack thereof. This principle is ancient and universal, the idea that what we say with conviction, we can eventually see manifest in our lives. Faith, in its purest form, is about believing in things that aren't yet visible, and your words are the vessels that carry this faith forward. Think about it, everything that exists in the world today, from the smallest innovation to the largest achievement, started with a thought, and that thought had to be spoken into the world to begin the process of becoming reality. There is an inherent power in taking what's inside your mind, forming it into words, and releasing it into the universe. The words you speak plant the seeds of faith. If you consistently speak with a heart full of belief, your words take on a creative force that begins to shape your circumstances. But there's more to this than just positive thinking or speaking into the void. Faith-filled words are not idle or wishful, they are deliberate declarations of what you believe is possible, even when there's no evidence of it yet. When you speak words of faith, you're not just communicating hope, you're aligning yourself with the principles of creation. You're aligning yourself with what's possible, rather than what's seen. Imagine someone who desires financial success. If that person continually says, "I am wealthy," or "I am attracting abundance," they are not just saying words to boost their confidence, they are activating faith. With every word spoken, they are reinforcing their belief in a future where wealth and abundance are their reality. They are beginning to see themselves in that future, not based on what their current bank account says, but based on what they believe is coming. This is how faith works. It requires you to speak from a place of conviction, even when the physical world hasn't yet caught up. Now, this isn't magic or mere wishful thinking. The principle of faith through words works in tandem with action. You cannot simply speak words of success or health or happiness and then sit idly by expecting the universe to do all the work. What happens when you start speaking words of faith is that you change internally first. Your mindset shifts. Your expectations begin to realign with your spoken words, and this shift influences your actions. When you consistently say, "I am successful," your brain begins to look for opportunities that align with that statement. You start to notice potential in places where you once saw obstacles. Your behavior becomes more proactive and your decision-making more aligned with the success you've declared. Faith-filled words also challenge the negative voices within you. We all have those moments of doubt, fear, and hesitation where we say things like, "I don't think I can do this," or "I'm not good enough." These words too carry power. But they don't serve to build your future. Instead, they reinforce your limitations. The principle of faith teaches us to replace those negative, limiting beliefs with words that empower us to rise above our circumstances. So when you find yourself thinking, "I'm not capable," you immediately counter it with a faith-filled declaration like, "I am capable and I will succeed." Every time you do this, you are training yourself to lean into faith instead of fear. Speaking words of faith helps you overcome the resistance of the current reality. Life often presents us with situations that seem contrary to what we desire. Perhaps your health is not where you want it to be, or your career hasn't taken off the way you'd hoped. It's easy to get discouraged and to speak words that reinforce the difficulty of the situation. "I'm never going to get better," or "I'll never succeed in this industry." But faith asks you to speak against what you see and declare what you want to see. Instead of saying, "I'm stuck," you begin to say, "I am moving forward." Instead of saying, "I'm not healthy," you declare, "I am becoming healthier every day." Your words begin to override the current reality. And with time, your faith, spoken through these declarations, starts to shift your reality in tangible ways. This principle is not just about success or material gain, it's about every area of life. If you want healthier relationships, speak words that align with that desire. If you want peace of mind, declare peace over your life, even in the midst of chaos. Your words create the framework for the world you want to live in. Understand that speaking words of faith also builds resilience. Life will always present challenges, but when your default mode of communication is faith-driven, you develop an inner strength that allows you to navigate tough times with grace. You no longer allow setbacks to dictate your belief in what's possible. Instead, your words anchor you in a future that you believe is already on its way to you. The principle of faith in words is about more than just positive affirmations. It's about tapping into the creative power that words possess when spoken with conviction. Your words carry the energy of your belief, and when you speak them consistently, you align yourself with the things you desire. Through this alignment, your thoughts, actions, and outcomes start to reflect the future you are building with your words. The power of visualization, when paired with affirmations, creates a dynamic force that can propel you toward the manifestation of your desires. Visualization is not just a fanciful exercise, it is a vital tool for shaping your reality. When you visualize, you are engaging your imagination in a way that brings clarity and focus to what you want. This process helps to crystallize your goals and dreams, making them more tangible in your mind's eye. It is said that the mind cannot distinguish between something vividly imagined and something real. In other words, when you visualize with intensity and emotion, your mind begins to accept that image as true, setting into motion a series of mental and physical changes that align with that vision. The combination of affirmations and visualization taps into both your conscious and subconscious mind. Affirmations are positive, declarative statements that affirm your desired reality. They are verbal commands that program your mind to believe in the possibility of your goals. When you pair affirmations with visualization, you add depth to the process. Visualization turns those verbal affirmations into mental images, allowing you to see, hear, and feel what it would be like to have already achieved your desire. This multisensory experience engages your emotions, making the process far more powerful. When you feel the emotions associated with your success, whether it's joy, excitement, or satisfaction, you're essentially telling your mind, this is real. Your subconscious begins to work toward bringing that image into your physical reality because it aligns with the emotional state you are generating. When you visualize, it's important to be specific. Vague images produce vague results. If you want a promotion, for example, don't just see yourself sitting at a higher desk. Visualize the entire experience in vivid detail. Picture yourself in the new office, surrounded by the tools and resources you'll need to perform at that level. See the look on your boss's face as they congratulate you on your achievement. Hear the sound of applause from your colleagues, feel the firm handshake, and notice the sense of pride swelling within you. Engage all your senses. The more detail you can bring to the visualization, the more real it becomes in your mind. Visualization isn't just about seeing the outcome, it's about immersing yourself in the process that leads to it. This is where affirmations come in. As you visualize, repeat affirmations that align with the experience you are creating. For example, while visualizing that promotion, you might affirm, I am capable and deserving of this success, or every day, I am becoming more skilled and valuable in my role. These affirmations reinforce the mental image and bolster your confidence in achieving it. The more you engage in this practice, the more you begin to act in ways that support your vision. You become more focused, motivated, and willing to take the necessary steps toward your goal. Consistency is key in this practice. Just like any other skill, visualization and affirmations require regular repetition to be effective. It's not enough to visualize your desires once and expect them to materialize. You must make it a daily habit, a discipline of the mind. By consistently visualizing and affirming your goals, you are training your brain to accept these images as a part of your reality. Over time, your mind becomes conditioned to see opportunities, make connections, and take actions that align with the vision you've been holding. This is where the power of repetition comes into play. Each time you visualize and affirm, you are deepening the grooves in your subconscious mind, strengthening the neural pathways that lead to success. There is also a profound impact on your energy levels when you practice visualization and affirmations regularly. Visualization creates a sense of anticipation and excitement for what's to come. It keeps your energy focused on what's possible rather than what's limiting. When you combine this with affirmations, you are feeding your mind positive reinforcement, which boosts your mood and motivation. This shift in energy attracts positive experiences and people into your life. The more you focus on what you want, the more you attract circumstances that support your desires. One of the critical elements in the visualization process is belief. You must believe that what you are visualizing is possible, not just in theory, but for you personally. This belief may not be fully developed when you first begin, especially if your current circumstances are far from what you desire. However, as you consistently practice visualization and affirmations, your belief will grow. Each time you see yourself succeeding in your mind's eye, you are building confidence in your ability to achieve that success. Your mind begins to shift from thinking, that's impossible, to that's possible, and eventually to that's inevitable. It's also worth noting that visualization and affirmations should be approached with an open heart and a sense of gratitude. When you visualize, don't just focus on what you want to receive, but also on the gratitude you feel for having already received it in your mind. Gratitude amplifies the emotional intensity of the visualization and signals to your subconscious that you are ready to receive. It creates a state of openness and receptivity, making it easier for your desires to flow into your life. The more you practice gratitude in this process, the more aligned you become with the abundance you are visualizing. The practice of combining affirmations with visualization is a powerful tool for bringing your desires into reality. By engaging both your conscious and subconscious mind, you create a mental blueprint for your success. Through vivid imagery, emotional engagement, and consistent repetition, you program your mind to believe in and work toward the fulfillment of your goals. This process not only sharpens your focus and determination, but also aligns your energy with the outcomes you desire. With time, patience, and persistence, you will begin to see the fruits of your efforts as your internal vision transforms into external reality. In conclusion, the way you speak to yourself has a profound impact on the reality you experience. By engaging in positive, affirming self-talk, you harness the power of your mind to shape your beliefs, behaviors, and ultimately your life. When paired with visualization, this practice becomes even more potent, as you not only affirm your desires verbally, but also see and feel them vividly in your mind's eye. This powerful combination activates both your conscious and subconscious mind, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your goals. Through consistent practice, you can reprogram your mind to believe in and work toward the life you truly desire. As you visualize and affirm daily, you build confidence, attract opportunities, and begin to manifest the reality you've envisioned. Your words and thoughts have the power to create. Use them wisely and watch your desires come true.